Hello, hello. I need to fix my camera. I don't know why it's doing this. I keep on forgetting that I have to go in and reset it every time I go live. But personally, deactivate, hit activate, and it pops up. And there I am. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? Good evening. Welcome along to Willow River. I thought this might be quite a good one for people to see and have a look at because if anything, my map tour or anything is there. Start again, actually. If my map tour is anything to go by, certainly seems to be a lot of people who are fascinated and interested in this map. So I thought I'd have a little bit of a play on it. If it all goes to plan, I understand Hocks is going to try and get it released this weekend. So I'm not doing something that's out of bounds and out of reach. It's just there. It's really close. So yeah, I thought we'd jump and take a look. It's also a big map, and I'm excited about being able to carry on building the combine because if you caught me at the end of the last stream, I was having all sorts of issues with this cross auger and getting these the flighting to work on the auger. Well, I've managed to get it to work. I was very happy. I used a little black, but hard to see. Instead of going into this piece, which we're doing with the other camera, I went into that piece and it's worked out perfectly. I don't know why that's not what they had done originally. So I've had that in there since the end of the last stream. I kind of sat down and had a look at it at the end of the last stream. I was like, what can I do? And when I saw that, I was like, that's kind of cool. Wonder if that'll work. And it has. And it sat there all week like that without moving. So very happy. Just listening, there's sirens going past. So yeah, that's exciting. So we're going to get into doing some of that as well. Hey Joe, how you doing, mate? You're excited too? I'm pleased you're excited. Always good to have excited people around. Good evening, everyone. Anyhow, thanks for coming. Garrick, good to see you. Mike, welcome in, mate. Good to see you. Exciting news with your laptop. Hope that's all working out for you. I saw you were playing Farm Sim, so hopefully it's working out really well. Driz, how you doing? Good to see you. The Sandman, welcome along. This is Prof. Good evening to you. Good to see you as well. Mark, welcome along, buddy. Good to have you here. Brady Rimmer, welcome. Hello. Craig, evening, mate. Pleasure to see you. William, g'day. How you doing, mate? All the way from Mount Gambier in South Australia. Good to see you, mate. Welcome, Jaw. Hello to you, my friend. Edsy, evening, mate. Welcome along. And Carrick bound to break that. Now you've said all that. Probably bound to break, but I'm happy with it. Hopefully it looks good. It looks good. So we'll see how it all works out. G'day, Scott. How you doing? So anyhow, this is, as I said, this is Willow River by Hocks23. Hopefully going to be released this weekend. Hopefully. We're going to dump it on a server as well. We're going to have this running on one of our servers. I'm quite excited to have that all up and going. Now this is a version that's probably a couple of weeks old now. I'm not sure if he's had any more fine tuning. I did tell him I was going to stream tonight, and hopefully he was going to stop in and say hello, but we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, but it's just quintessentially a Hocks map. Like, you know, you jump into some map makers' maps and it's just like it feels like their map. This feels like Hocks' maps. Yeah, quite excited to play on it. So we're going to jump in. We'll have a look at the PDA in just a second. In fact, I haven't turned off autosave. This is basically a fresh save. I've got a ton of mods and a ton of script mods I'm testing out because I am getting things set up to do a series on this one. So fingers crossed I've just hit save. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of a test to see if they all play nicely together. And so far so good. And frame rates have been good actually too. I've started building out a farm that's got, you know, quite a few tractors and combines and trucks, including the Kenworth, the K200, which is a big high poly model, and it's still performing pretty well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the yard's very well thought out. So what I've done, and when I do my video, I've actually put a shed down here, some really good space right in there. We go into flight mode. Yeah, there's a good space for a shed, and there's actually heaps of space. Like, you could put a couple of sheds in there if you wanted to put something kind of on the centre there. You could even go into this field, but it is a good size yard. It's well thought out, but it's not really well maintained. Would that be the best way to describe it? It just feels like what an Aussie farm would feel like to me, anyhow. As a Kiwi, that's what I think it'd be like. So, kind of cool way to visualise it all. So anyhow, we are going to jump into this field first, give that a crack, and then see how far we get through that while we're building some combine where you might come over and tackle this wheat field here as well. But in the meantime, if there is anything anyone is interested about with the map, wants to know a little bit more, wants me to have a look at, I'm happy to sort of halfway through, we'll go for a little bit of a wander around and show you some of the sights and sounds as you go. This is kind of cool. This is all gear and here's all usable. It's contract equipment. Again, I don't know if he's going to add to that because like you've got combines but no headers, or headers with no front on them if I'm going to be proper Australian. So I don't know whether he's going to change that. And then you've got things like this on the side of the gas station. This is why fuel prices are becoming so high, because we've got guys like this advertising on the side, and it's endorsements and things for BP becoming big bucks. Big bucks. Right. I digress. Let's go and jump in this this case. Go and have a look at some farming. Again, the start equipment you get isn't that large either, so I'm also trying out a mod tonight, and there's a couple I'm going to be trying. One of them is the texture streaming one, which basically changed the game from streaming using 4 gig of memory on your graphics card to using 8 gig. I've got an 8 gig graphics card, so I thought I'd give that a shot and see how it goes. Because texture streaming has been one of the big bugbears I've had on this game, so we'll see. Got the moisture mod in here. I've got goodness, all sorts. Jumped about, didn't it? Got the gulls mod. Field gulls is running in here as well, so hopefully we might even try and put a cultivator down in the ground to have a look at the field gulls, because field gulls is cool. Right, combine needs to be unfolded. Here we go, we'll get that open. What state is this farm set in? If I'm not mistaken, it is set, there's the only geographical connection, I found this out through someone in the video. The Namoy cotton, the Namoy is mid-central New South Wales, kind of halfway to the Queensland border, inland from Newcastle, north of Newcastle, in that sort of area. So Namoy is in and around there. So I think geographically that would probably be where you'd say it is. I don't actually know if there is a Willow River or not in Australia. So what else we got? We've got combine experience, so we have to go through and turn on our header and combine separately. And then, depending on our yield, we will harvest at different speeds. As you can see, the load coming in there. Now I'm not going to bother putting anything on. But, first things first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a course for course play. Because I have the course play, use course play for your guidance steering or steering assist. So I wanted to go in and see if I could get this working too. I thought that was a pretty cool mod. So we'll just go three headlands field centres up and down. Generate a course. See what comes back from that and see if it works. So I want to see our course there. It must have picked, has that picked a incorrect width? 8.5 meters. Didn't quite look right, did it? Oh, multiple tools. I didn't want multiple tools, I wanted a number of headlands. That's going to be a bit better. Generate fieldwork course now. There we go, that looks a bit more like what I'd expect to see. So I'm intrigued now that we've done that. Got that course set. We turn that off. Go to our steering. Right, what did that say? Course of GPS. What did that warning say? I'm misreading that now. This is where I fail, because I haven't actually looked at the mod to figure out how to use it. So it hasn't actually copied across there. In the middle. So. You can or can't. I'll go have a look. Right. Act. where I was. Let's clear that course. Redo this again. Make sure I read the read what it said. Here we go. Change that. Settings, start at first waypoint. Okay, let's go back, back, back. I'm not going to get that warning again. What if I just going to hire a helper, isn't it? Yeah, it's just hiring a helper. Alright, maybe I need to do a little bit more study into how this all works. They say never work with animals and children and automation live on a stream. I'm going to bring up the mod menu though. Let's have a look at it. The reason I'm running so fast is because of the alright, I've got to, okay, here we go. Let's have a read of this. Assign an activation key in the settings. So let's go into settings, control, do that. Scroll down, read down the bottom. Look. Alphabetically, there we go. Control, left, shift, G. That's an easy one to remember. Control, G. Okay. Use that. Generate or load. As from this moment, you can activate the automatic steering wheel. Right, so hopefully that's now picked up our courseplay course. We'll just have to wait and see. What happens if I bring this up now and go to steering assist? Show lines is on. Now I don't know whether we're using a course, and I'm guessing it's the courseplay one, so let's take that as the one. That is a win. Alright. Boxing along here, 12 kilometers per hour. Not too bad, not too bad. So if you want to drive it yourself, Garrick. I think that's the only reason. Because sometimes when you use the in-game course generator, it can generate some funky courses. I guess courseplay might just be a smarter way to generate those courses. I don't know. That's about all I can see as being the main benefit to it. The problem with having a key now on my keyboard is I'm using my steering wheel controller. I don't have a key assigned on the controller. Control Shift G. Here we go, he's picked that up again. Hey Enix, how you doing, mate? Bo, welcome along, mate. Good to see you. How well is it going to go around this corner? See, this is one of the other benefits, because there is no way in the world that it would have run that corner using the in-game one. So it might be good for if you're manually driving headlands and you have it's almost a headland, what was the headland management, or the enhanced vehicle, which had that really good headland mode. This is almost doing the same. Yeah, not for AI helper, self-drive. Yeah, that's it. Cheers everyone, it is Whiskey Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I always have a whiskey. This is a Redbreast 10-year-old, which came in with the Whiskey Club recently, so it's a very, very mellow whiskey, very easy drinking. Those trees have to go. There's a few like that, so just make sure it navigates this corner properly. So what it won't do is turn at field ends and things like that, but it's basically running courseplay, but I press a button to start it, and if I brake it'll stop, and I still have manual control over everything else. These fields here, you'll hate these ones. They've all got trees all through the middle of them. I think those might be power lines, and I think those are power lines. But most of the fields, there's very few power lines there. Very few have the trees in. They're kind of just these ones around here, which I don't mind. Don't mind at all. Yeah. I can smell smoke too. I wonder if the neighbour's stoked up his fire. Hyper, how you doing? Good to see you. So NX Modding, who's in chat, we are testing out a brand new Discord bot for keeping track of your server stats and everything like that on a multiplayer server. We had it running on Schweizing Bahnhof today, just to sort of as an initial test, and it's promising. It's still in the early stages of development, but looking forward to seeing what NX is going to come up with that. Can track. Well, there's a whole lot of stuff to be added into it about tracking fields and things like that, but there's also it can post the chat that you have in game to Discord, and yeah, there's some very cool stuff going on with it. So there's a little bit of a glitch with the first version we tested, which is fixed, and I need to upload the mod and have another test of it to see how it's all going. I am intrigued to see how that's going to perform. Let's jump in the cab for a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it might be just because this one's performing better, but already these textures are looking much better. Everything's just looking sharper, having used that texture mod. Maybe it's helped, maybe it hasn't, who knows. Or Driz, I feel the same. Like I've done 3 months so far, and I was gonna skip this one actually. So the Whiskey Club I'm part of, you don't have to get every month. There's one you don't want, you just opt out. But you only have like a weekend to choose, so it's kind of hard. And I missed skipping this one. And I was like, oh, I'll skip the next one, but the next one's one that looks really enticing, so I'm gonna have to get that one as well and give it a go. See how it works out. Right. Here we go, that's one lap around. So, again, like I said, we're able to stop and turn that off. Let's get that auger out. Just back up. Drop this in here. Beautiful. So sweet. I was finding I was always getting stuck on drinking the same whiskey all the time and not experiencing different whiskies. So kind of keen to see how this all goes down. Yeah, I know it won't go off character. I've got no problem with having a big collection. Right. I do like Combine Experience how you can turn everything on and off individually. You're now trying Starlink boat. Awesome. What's your initial thoughts? Better than your previous broadband? Alright, let's chuck that down in the ground. Let's get turned around. Shift G. This is where having a proper Stream Deck or Sim Dash setup for some of these things would be great. Well, interesting. So that's picked up where Courseplay would normally change lanes. So that's interesting. It would have done that automatically. So it is literally just driving like Courseplay would, but using the activation for the in-game. It's kind of cool. You've got to unsubscribe a few times too. Happy days. Yeah, it's certainly, it's a bit like Lego, Garrick. I'd rather have too much of it than not enough. Oh, speaking of which, they announced a DC3, a Pan Am DC3 in the last couple of days. It looks stunning. It's just too many. Really is too many. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Looked pretty cool. Now, I haven't tested. Here we go, got our Lego set up down there. So I think, because we're kind of on the new map, I might just do the Lego down the bottom on the little screen and see how that goes. And then maybe we can do a little bit of swap around. But if there's anything anyone, like I said, anything anyone wants to look at on the map, explore, find out more about, see, do, please let me know. I'm quite happy to, so halfway through the stream we'll go and take a look around, show you some of the areas if there's anything in particular you're fascinated with. Yeah, just let me know. And thank you, Mrs. Prof, as well. She pointed out that when I first posted the stream, I still had Muller Creek in there. I hadn't corrected my stream titles. Thank you, Mrs. Prof, for pointing that out too. Appreciate that. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Good to see you. Install made me draw blood a bit. If you expose nails in your ceiling so far, it's pretty quick, but so was Spark Wireless when it started. Yeah. I think you'll find Starlink's just gonna work so much better for you. I hope it does anyhow. I hope it does. Right. Just slot that into the end there. And that's gonna be our auger. Interesting, so it still turns off and stops when it gets to the end of the row and needs my input. So, like I said, it's not a true course plane. Working a little bit like it, which is nice. Hey Ben, how you doing? It's a bit of a treat getting you on a Wednesday. Aussie Coffee Bean, welcome along, good to see you. Lego's doing a Tintin set, are they really? I think I must have this set on the 90-degree corners, which is why it's pausing. So that would be how I configured courseplay. Would have had to reverse the corners. Probably had it set to do the first part of the corners. First corner would have been a curved corner, and then the second must have been reversed. So it needs to tell me to stop and intervene to be able to do that. Does it have many sell points, Ben? Does it have many sell points? There's quite a few. That autosave turned on. Let's turn it off. Let's see. Team settings. Save. This corner again. There we go. So you're asking about sell points. Yes, there's a good chunk of sell points. Best way to see them is if we go to one of these barley. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different potential sell points, and they're scattered all around. Look on the map. Like in the middle, there's a big grains corp. There's a bales sell point, cotton bale sell point. Another mill grain traders down the bottom. There's AGE, which is another grain traders. There's the train, so you got train silos in both towns to load in and out of. Farmers market up there. There's another big sell point there, CBH. So yeah, there's a good amount of them sort of scattered around all over the place. Some of these are silos. So like it's obviously a farm silos scattered up here as well. Good amount of sell points. Any competition for best price? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. I like that this stops. I wonder if I'm intrigued now if it's going to stop on the end of the rows automatically, because that's... Oh, I'm running headland management mod. I wonder if it's that. Can't be. Let's think about that. At the moment it's just sitting on a flat part of your roof. Ah. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Turn that reel off. So it's backed in again. So we might take a, once we get a truckload, we might go for a drive down to one of those sell points. Has Hocks released the map yet, or is it still in beta? I believe he's hoping to release it this weekend. Was the last convo I had with him. So hopefully not too far away. Part of the reason why I decided to stream on it tonight is because I knew it was, well, I'm hoping it's going to be very close to being released. Still hoping you might pop into the stream before the end as well and say hello and let us know, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, but no, it will be awesome. So this is 100% going on a server. It's going to go on a Aussie hosted server, Sydney hosted server. It's going to replace Nulla Creek, and it's going to become our sort of main Wednesday night multiplayer server, I think. Now I'm going to wait until I've got past where I think this would have transitioned, because otherwise I think it'll pause us again. Running that course play. Look. Right from there. Okay, right. So this here. That's just what happened. It broke, but it came unstuck. No, I wonder what's in that's in the way. It's meant to be up like that. Alright, there we go. The reel is on. Well, not the reel, the auger. It's the auger. It's spinning nice and free. Perfect. And that needs to have a gear on that end. Oh, I've done this. Just ran the wrong way. You. Right. Oh, that's right. Oh, no, I have got it right the wrong way. You're going to do the same to replace another on your server too. Nice. Know how the map will be distributed? Won't be on the mod hub with all that branding going on. No, it will be. Ox will release it on his Facebook page. That's how he normally does things. I can't remember how he hosts them. Normally, I don't know if he's got a niche page or what exactly he does for hosting, but it will definitely be on shared on his Facebook page. As soon as I know he's released it, I'll be sharing a link to it as well, Garrick. So maybe just keep an eye on my pages. I'll tell you what, it's prime for some big work. There's lots of fields that could be merged together as well. I think that's one of the things I do like. The way he's done it. There's lots of opportunities for some submerged fields out and about there. Alright, okay, that one didn't stop though. I can't remember how did he do? So what have I've just hired a helper, haven't I? Okay, let's turn this around and get it facing the right direction. Quite cool, we had a little bit of real life forestry going on outside our place tonight as well. Dad was taking out a few trees that it's only just going to sit on there, should be enough. Some big old willow trees he's ripping out, so they had a EC220 Volvo excavator out there and big sort of one of the big buckets with the tooth on it, the kind of, what's the way do you describe it? That could just squeeze it kind of thing. It's very cool. Cool to see. Got a couple of videos of a tree going down, so I might share it on Facebook or Discord. Alright. There we go, that's that done. Ace. Ace, ace, ace. Tell you what, these gears are only just on there. They have a good shield over them. Hey, Welshland Farmer, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. Welcome along. Yoran, how you doing, mate? Hello, busy days these days. All good, my friend. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Hope you're good. Hope all's well. It's starting to warm up over in your neck of the woods. This week has been absolutely stunning here in New Zealand. Just gorgeous. It's summer finally, the second week of autumn. Better late than never, I say. Hello, Hanson, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in, mate. I know you're up in the up getting a bit of testing done, aren't you? Getting poked and prodded and whatever else I can do. See if you've still got a heart or not. I did solve the issue, Welsh. So straight after the stream, when I had a little bit of more focus and was able to look at what I was doing, so you can see them in there, but instead of going into these, it was meant to go into this piece here, but instead of doing that I put it into there. So it was meant to go into there, which wouldn't work, so I just put it into there and it's worked just fine. So it's not how it's meant to be done, but it's working for me. Claim it. Alright, and now I was just thinking about it, I really should be just going straight into the truck with this load. Let's keep doing this. Grain cart here, we might as well use it. unlimited power at home. Nice. It's good. Good way to be. Raining in Sydney, so no doubt we'll make it to your time for the weekend. It's not meant to. It's meant to be fine for the next 7 or 8 days, according to the forecast, but we shall see. He's having the time of his life chatting up its current assistants. Hanson you're talking about. He's probably getting some intelligent conversation rather than the dribble that comes out of the multiplayer servers. It's certainly taking shape, Welsh. I'm super keen to get it finished. Right, let's go, and we're going to jump down and see if we can find a line here to follow somewhere. This is the thing using this courseplay mod. I don't know if I'll be able to find a perfect line, so we're kind of flying a little bit blind here. See, that's actually tried to pick up the headland pass, because I'm guessing that's where I was facing. Try this. Cut in a little bit, and then we'll press the button and see what it does. Zig and zag, but we found one. Ah, I wonder, okay, is it directional then? So for anyone who's just joined, I'm using the Courseplay GPS mod that came out on ModHub a wee while ago just to see how it worked. And I'm starting to understand that I can't go down a line unless it's the right direction. That's what I'm guessing now, because it took me off what looked like a perfect line and moved me across one. It's not ideal. Up and down for sure, yeah. So it might not be quite as crash hot as I thought. Yeah, I knew Courseplay was usually directional, but I thought this might have given me a bit more independence, and just used the Courseplay for the course. It's around the wrong way. This side. All learning. All learning. Now, does it go up into there, does it? Yes, it does. Should now gear up all our gears. It has. So now if I turn that turns that end. So if I turn the gears on the end, we're now turning the reel, and that gear at the end, I'm guessing, is going to be what's going to drive, I'm sorry, the auger. That one there will drive the reel. So carrying on my test, if I skip a row, we're not going to go down it. Because it would have been a row going in this direction. This is going to throw me off course again then, isn't it? Truly, madly, deeply. Yes, it is. Oof. Right. Ugh. Where it will come into a zone is following with a bale of straw. That's, yeah, I think you're probably right, Fiona, where you've got Courseplay running one task and then you can follow along in the perfect position right behind. I think you're 100% onto it with that. Work's calling. Just ignore it, Ben. It'll still be there tomorrow. Or maybe not. maybe not. Flavy, how you doing? I have answered it a couple of times, but I'm happy to answer it again because I want everyone to play on this map. The last conversation I had with Hocks was this coming weekend. So, weekend of the 21st was what he was aiming for. I haven't had that confirmed again, but that was certainly the last date he gave me, so let's keep our fingers crossed that that is indeed the case, because I'm keen as chips to get this put on a server. Sorry, just wanted to find those pieces. Turn around. I did invite Hocks to jump into the stream tonight, so maybe once he's finished work and some time, hopefully he's gonna show up. But no promises. All right. Alright, we're getting lots of reinforcement going on here, which is good. I did set it to up and down, so yeah, I'm figuring it out now that it follows. All it's doing is using courseplay, where I can turn on and off courseplay with a button, basically, and still have control over stop and go and everything else. So it's just using courseplay for the guidance, but it's religiously following the direction of the courseplay arrows. Can you check something for you? I got myself stuck in one of the Aussie span sheds with doors and there was no trigger to open from the inside. If it's still the same, it would be an aspect to fix. Now, I know some of those sheds are, I reckon I can guess which one it'll be, which has a little bit of a dodgy trigger. Because I've always struggled to find the correct trigger for it as well. Okay, it's through there. Have a great rest of your stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Saturdays are tough for me as it's right around the time your son good. Tommy's in, you're almost behind. No worries, Yoran. That's life, eh? That's life. Appreciate you making the effort though when you can. How are you liking it so far? Does it fit the Aussie vibe? And loved your walk through the map during the week. Hey, thank you, appreciate that. I think it does. I think it does. Like, I think the only I was going to say the only map. I've never been to Western Australia, but the one, West Aussie was certainly that map that just to me felt quintessentially Australian. And Hocks has always had a knack for making a darn good Aussie map, and I feel like he's achieved it again with this one. Like the way some of the trees are really good. Like, we've seen some of these trees around for a long time. The willows are really cool, but just the way, like, you look at the grass on the edge of the field, it's not like you've got this green lush meadow. Like, you're working within the confines, but now that I understand a lot more about map making, like, he's actually used like a dry grass paint texture on the bottom, so you do get that sort of drier ground. And yeah, I was a bit, not dubious, but I was a bit concerned with it being Judith Plains, that it'd feel more Judith Plains than it does, but I don't think it has any, apart from reusing some of the assets, it doesn't feel at all like Judith Plains, which is cool too. And needs some roos and more rabbits. I'm trying to get Oz, who's done the Field Girls mod, to do kangaroos next. Bush chooks. Those Australian delights. Now, I'm going to run out of space. We were 73 when we started that pass, and we're now 88, so that took 15%, so I think make it be. It's okay. Yeah, just, I don't know, it feels good. I like it. I actually feel like West Aussie was almost ahead of its time, considering I think that was originally a 17 map, wasn't it? And chickens. That's the, you guys, the bin chicken's the ibis, isn't it? Is that the bin chicken? Or am I thinking of something else? There we go, we're full. Okay, well, Courseplay figured that out for us too, which is good. Alright, get off the header as well, and we will go and dump this load. What is a thylacine, Mike? West Aussie had crocs. It did, didn't it? It's sitting in the river. Ooh. That was some interesting physics. I haven't seen that before. So I'm using another mod, which is called Better Physics. It's one FSG put me onto, which changes some of the driving and engines and all those kind of things, and it's really cool. Tasmanian tiger. Is it the same as the Tassie devil or not? Stella's good, Share. Stella's good. Rex, you can't wait for this map to come out. Nah, it'll be a goodie. It'll be a goodie. I can already tell how popular it's going to be. Is there much water on the map? There is a river. It's called Willow River, Welsh. It's got a big river all the way through the middle. This is why I'm farming right over here as far away from it as possible. The one thing about it is there's only 3 ways to get across the river. Tahi, Rua, and Toru. 1, 2, 3. There is a railway bridge there, but only the 3 vehicle accesses, so worth keeping in mind when you choose where your farm is in relation to shops and sell points and all those kind of things. But yeah, something to figure out. Now, this is something I'm excited about wanting to try and have a look. One of the other mods I have on is manual covers. So, I think I just go up to this and press X. Here we go. It's pretty cool, eh? Oh, apparently I've got super strings on. Okay. Yeah. I think that's kind of cool. Instead of sitting in the truck doing it, you can do it manually. Alright, just that in. Good. Hey Bender, how you doing? It is a nice machine actually. Quite enjoying it. I'm enjoying this texture stream. I haven't seen any issues with textures, which is mind blowing. And just as a reference, 40 frames per second at the moment. I am obviously streaming, so that's chewing up a little bit of my resource. So I have had 60. So my computer's 5 years old. Still 30 series graphics card, so it's not doing too bad. Got a mod to set fuel prices to 280. There is one that you can set fuel prices, and I was actually looking at that. We haven't turned the combine experience. Just about caught me out. Hadn't turned everything on. Yeah, the ibis is the bin chicken. It's weird birds. FSG should be the one with fear of water. Kiwi Sim Farmer, how you doing, mate? Jumped in to hit the like before you head off to bed. Appreciate that, mate. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you've sort of got over your hay fever and all that kind of stuff. I haven't really had a chance to chat to you since then. So, good to see. I did see you were streaming tonight. Hope that went well. Yeah, hope all is good. All is good. Right, there we go. That on. Turn that back on. Just need AD lines. I do Hanson. I've actually started building some out for myself for my series I'm going to do. Right. Up to there, I need two of those on the other side. Too much talking, not enough building. Now you asked what you asked what sets what kit this was? I did see exclamation mark Bill will bring it up, but it's a I'll show you the cover on here. It's the best way to see it. It is a there you go, it's a class dominator 370. So we've already built all of that. Now onto the header. So give you a bit of an idea on the size of the header. Show you the actual combine itself. For those of you who haven't been in the stream and followed along with any of that, because it's well worth seeing. Thank you, Chinook. Chinook. Oh, Bovine. Thank you, mate. Please don't take offense. Right, press all the right buttons. Get this going in the right direction. I'm so used to thanking Chinook for doing that. Right. So here is the combine itself. So it's big. It's a little bit delicate in some of the pieces, which I'll just run off. Fix that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's remote controlled, so you can raise and lower the header, you can turn the header on and off, you can drive it, you can put the auger out, you can open and close the bin on the top, change the chopping boards on the back. So yeah, it's bigger than I ever expected it would be, but it is very cool. I'm really stoked with how it's all turning out. Oh, cool. And we've built the whole thing on stream. All of it's been done on stream. The only thing I haven't done on stream was test out the batteries and everything like that. But we've done that since, and it all works just perfect. Just perfect, right. Such a farm nerd. See, Chinook was listening. He was listening. Alright. You should see the rest of the collection, Flabby. He took the gate. Bovine humour for us. Alright, let's keep trucking along with this. Nope. Too far down. Alright. Hopefully it's going to be a long-term thing, but learning to live with it. Thank you for asking. No worries, mate. No worries. I also love how some of these pieces on this are printed on, rather than having to use stickers. In fact, I think there's only 2 stickers. It feels like such a dad joke, bro. Dad joke or a bad joke? Don't know. Started collecting John Deere scale models. Nice. Nice. I got a few of those. Too many floating around, but yeah. Once I get this one finished, I think we'll be doing a video with just looking at all the Lego, all the motors and everything, got everything up and running, and show how it all works. All right, we're coming up on an hour. Didn't take it too long to do this field actually. Probably halfway through it. That gives you a good idea too, and we don't have a huge header on. We're already over halfway through it. There you go. Let's see what we've done. I mean, this one was a 30 meter, 30 foot, 25 foot. So you can figure it out from down here. It doesn't say on that, but this will tell me 28 foot, so 8.5 meters. So you almost get not quite double that. So definitely go a lot faster and a lot further. Combine experience is probably helping actually though, running at 12 kilometers per hour rather than what would normally be 10. Catch you later, Kiwi. Good to see you, mate. Take care. Okay. One down the bottom, that one down the bottom. A little warning. And this all sits so neatly and tightly up on there. Like so. And this comes in and pops in. Like that. Hey Yaman, how you done? See you. Visibility Jane jokes. The greatest New Zealand comedians ever. I call him a comedian. Oh, Flabby. Flabby. I'm a Kiwi, mate. Not even in Australia. 100% born and bred New Zealander. And occasional honorary Australian, but not very often. In the face. You offended half the people in the chat. You're probably not wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Unpopular opinion probably, but I'm all for a shared Australian-New Zealand economy and open borders and passports and like an EU for Australia and New Zealand. I know Australia will never want it because your economy is a lot stronger than ours. And New Zealanders won't want it because they won't want to be seen to be Australian, but it just makes so much sense on so many levels. Countries go to war for less. Alright, we love our Australian friends. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fill this truck up. And we'll take that for a drive and go and see some of the map doing it that way. What's the next piece of Lego equipment on the list that hasn't yet been purchased? Mike, I would have to say there is a John Deere log, little log harvester. That would be the next thing on the list. The list is long to distinguish, but that's the only. I think that's the only Lego farming piece of equipment I haven't got. I really want to get, now that I've got the combine, telehandler, and the case 1455 tractor, which are all the same scale. I really want to get do a mock trailer or auger wagon for it, just so I've got something to set them all up with. But that's kind of on the list of things to look at and see if I can do it at some stage. You're in the US and that one heard. Be like calling you Canadian, Mike, right? I need to show you the plane. Did anyone see the plane in the video? Very cool. The Enterprise does look good, Mark. Do you know, we were talking earlier, the DC3 they have announced today looks, today or yesterday, in fact, Chinook, if you haven't seen that, the DC3 looks stunning. Looks so good. What's on the latest update? Or have you missed? No, we haven't actually talked about the latest update. Yeah, I mean, I'm just pleased that Giants are continuing to provide updates and bringing things to the game. Not that excited about the equipment, to be honest. It is what it is. Didn't really float my boat and do anything like that, but yeah. Show you Chinook. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Let's look here. This. How cool does that look? Pan Am as well. Always like how proper they look when they're building the sets. All their pieces here organised, everything like that. It's so proper. But yeah, that looks like a cool set. Your mate Brett got asked which part of Australia he came from. He was offended. That's a common mistake. If we were American, all we would have to do is at least go to war. Very true, very true. JD Do It Better. Will it be free on Hocks' Patreon? I'm not sure whether it's going to be released through his Patreon as part of the free tier, or whether he's just going to put it on somewhere else. He hasn't actually told me how he's going to release it, but yeah, it will 100% be free. So Hocks does have a Patreon, so if you want to go and show him some support, I'm sure he would be grateful for that. There's a little bit of a thank you for the time and effort that he's put into the map, but equally so. It will be available. In fact, I need to look back. How did he release Clearview Farms? I can't remember now. Maybe that was just on Facebook or some other way. Well, welcome along, everyone. I appreciate you tuning in tonight. I knew this would probably be a popular little stream, so I appreciate you taking the time out of your Wednesday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Stop in and hang out with us. Possibly even for some. No, I don't think there'll be anyone who'll still be on. There'll be anyone who's still on Tuesday night. That'll be very early Wednesday morning. Arriving at the hospital in 5 minutes. All have a good day. All the best to you, Hanson. Hope all goes well for you, buddy. I will make sure I look after the servers and don't do anything that you wouldn't do. She could have been cabin stewards. So there was a DC3 that flew over. There's a DC3 that's just arrived in New Zealand. We had one here for years, but unfortunately it got sold. Where's that piece? I haven't done that piece. Yeah, more missing bits actually. Well, that was meant to go on the back of there then. Ooh. That's fortunate. Story of my Lego build is me realising halfway through that I missed something. And following along, you'd know it all too well, which means that bit must clip into there. Fortunately, it's not too hard to fix. Alright, back to here. Right. Has it been put on the New Zealand register, Chinook? That's pretty cool. I saw that it was an N number, and it's what, 2/3 of the way around the world trip. Anyhow, it flew over. I heard it yesterday. I knew it was coming over Palmerston North on its way to Christchurch, and I forgot to keep an eye on the tracking for it. And then I heard it and raced outside of the office and just caught it from behind. So it was good to see. It was cool. I was pleased I was able to see it. Disappointed I had forgotten and wasn't tracking it and able to see it a little bit better. Celebi. Have a good day at work, Mark. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. I'm missing. Nismo, hey Ags, I just broke your arm at work today and you're in Wellington Hospital. Oh mate, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. A DC3 an upgrade for New Zealand Air Force. Sod off. We are a proud aviation nation. No, but I've actually been upgrading our Air Force quite a lot, but when you've only got half a dozen planes, kind of not have to, but it's a little bit easier to upgrade them. You're not buying millions at once. Yeah, we're getting A321s. Saw that. Replacing the 757s. Right, 80% full. We're not going to make it back down. So let's do it this way. While we're here, let's do this. Let's be a little bit proper about it. What's my thoughts on the upcoming DLC? Keen on the pest management side of things. I'm pretty ho-hum about it, to be honest, Flabby. Pretty ho-hum about it. I think there's more. I'm not against a new manufacturer coming in. What I feel like it needed, this should have been one part of the pack, and there could have been more to go with it than just the Virido. I don't know what. That's my problem. I'm not sure what could be better. Maybe if it was done with pumps and hoses, I don't know. Maybe they brought pumps and hoses back as a paid DLC and added the Virido with it. It'd feel like a more substantial pack. Especially considering we're only getting 2 DLCs plus the map at the end of the season. Yeah, I feel like there needed to be a little bit more in it. Just in the night, at least your truck's an automatic. Oh, that's good. That is good. I would have offered to come down and drive it for you, otherwise. Right. I want to get this truck full and then go for a little bit of a drive around the map, go find somewhere to sell it. I also want to keep on. I'm keeping on down here. Alright, this combine takes a long time to unload and I'm here for it. I don't know if that's something with one of the mods I have that might have changed the unload speed, or whether it has always just been a slow unload speed, not sure. 100% your ETS experience will get you all the way. Chinook. It's a shame you're in Auckland. Did you have something work related today? Have you already done that? I can't remember when that was going to be now with your AvSec stuff. Or is that later this week? I don't have a truck license in this mode. I don't. I'm joking. Haven't sprung for the season pass yet. Yeah, fair enough. Probably a good call if I was going to. If someone asked me my opinion, I would probably say wait until the second DLC. This one doesn't capture your attention. Of course, if this one does capture your attention, remember you can always buy it through Giants and use Args Gaming at the checkout to help support the channel. Much appreciated. I still have dreams of becoming a silver partner at some stage, but we're happy just trundling along at gold level. Gold level. I wish. Bronze level. Must give Giants kudos, actually. I think they've become, Kermit instilled some really great stuff with them, got some great stuff set up around the partners and all that kind of stuff, and they've kind of continued that on, which is good. Some of the stuff the cultivators, like, I was pretty impressed and proud of my little event that we did here in New Zealand, particularly being one of the first ones done globally. But my goodness, some of the other ones the guys are doing now kind of pales that into insignificance. Connect Modding had a fantastic one. I think SMI Modding are doing a huge one in Italy. Yeah, the stuff they're doing is fantastic. Very cool. Yeah, I know you always do, Bo. It was just a shameless plug. Chance for a plug. Gotta remind the masses. Alright, let's keep on chopping this. I'm enjoying this. Map's fantastic. Also enjoy this. I love these maps that have stubble destruction in the crops. I think that's awesome. Don't clean trucks, ATS and ETS don't get dirty. That's fair enough, Chinook. Alright, look at this messy little concoction we have to do here. Holy. This is a masterpiece in stacking, not building Lego. It's so nice knowing that the combine's going to stop at the end of the row though. Don't have to panicking everything up and try and find my way to my controller. Where does it need to go? It's Floyd's, yes, I know. Do you know, I saw a photo the other day pop up and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do that. I do need to do that. Floyd is incredibly patient. If for no one else but for Floyd, I need to do that video. So, I owe it to him. Alright, no, I need to go all the way through, just halfway. Here we go. That looks good. That goes and clips on back of. Do you like that? And on the front. 3 points of contact. Tahi, Rua, Toru. 1, 2, 3. Right now, I turn this. Yeah, those are all turning. Perfect. See all those bits and pieces turning on the end here. It's going to run our reel on top. Okay, happy days. Happy days. So interview and assessment today with Havsec. Nice. They hope they didn't go too deep into your criminal record. Had an issue today at an overseas site that led to a 6-hour Teams meeting to sort out, so that has led to this moment in time in which I'm eating a donut. It's moments like that where you have a whiskey, not a donut, Garrett, but you're not a drinker, so I understand. A donut's a good alternative. I'd go for the whiskey. Mode works well for this series, no tree harvesting with a grain harvester. Exactly. Exactly, I think it works perfectly for what I'm doing. Look at that, we're making a PTO. Those on each end, squeeze that in. Yeah, I hope we can catch up again on Saturday too. I hope it works out timing wise. I don't even know what time we're going to be there yet. It will be, I imagine it will be sort of 10ish in the morning. Maybe till, I don't know, 10 till 12. Alright. It's disturbing reading. Didn't know that Chinook had a Barry Manilow album. That would be a criminal record. Oh. Full of it tonight, Bo. Full of it. Enjoying this. Keep it up. Keep up the dad. I'm going to read you. So hang on. I found some goodies the other day. I'm going to give you some of these. I'd screenshot them so I remembered them. A jumper cable walks into a bar. The bartender says, "I'll serve you, but don't start anything." I should have been sad when my flashlight batteries died, but I was delighted. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. What do you get when you mix alcohol and literature? Tequila Mockingbird. I used to have a fear of hurdles, but I got over it. I've been thinking about learning Braille, but it's a touchy subject. And last but not least, for a fungi to grow, you must give it as mushroom as possible. Ba-da-boom, boom, shh. There we go. If that doesn't elicit everyone hitting a thumbs up on the stream and rushing to the super chat button, I don't know what will. Sometimes Facebook's is just great. It gives you all the things you need. Alright, now this one goes on the back of here. Our PTO. Now that all turns universally. Perfect. ChatGPT is good for dad jokes. I hadn't thought about that. 100% would be. ChatGPT is good for lots of things. I actually wrote it. I had an email, a difficult email to write at work on Monday, and I'm always notoriously bad at writing stern emails and putting too much emotion in it. So I said, ChatGPT, keep the tone, get rid of the emotion. Did a decent job. There's a few things I wasn't too fond of, so we kept bits and pieces, but all in all, did all right. Okay. Yeah, there's debris everywhere. I've heard that one. That was another one on the list. Almost 2:30 AM, time for bed. I'll miss out on all these jokes. Cheers, Mrs. Prof. Good to see you. Thanks also for keeping me up to date with all the Starship happenings. I do appreciate that. Keep your fingers crossed for Friday morning here in New Zealand. It has been an absolutely stunning week, except this morning it was a real pea super. There was some pretty thick fog around, so it's like that on Friday morning. I would not see one iota of that rocket launch. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. $2 super chat, $1.99. Legend. That's why hard drives and RAM is so expensive right now, because people like me keep asking ChatGPT to tell them sound dad jokes. We're talking about it on the news, right? It is. Isn't it funny how we've gone from graphics cards being ridiculously expensive because everyone was into bitcoins, and we've got over that, and now memory's become the elusive gold mine. I was actually thinking I've got 16 gig of memory I took out of my PC sitting somewhere. I should see if I can get some money for it. ChatGPT have a go to you about your job. Oh, that's pretty rough. How dare it. Alright, there we go. Feel done. Get backed up and do this a little bit just for completion state. No fog allowed there on Friday. Exactly right. There we go. Now, one thing I was thinking about, and what I'm planning to do, like I've said all along, this is going to become our next multiplayer server. But I'm kind of thinking we might do it a little bit differently, and I'm open to suggestions here. I want to set up Willow River contracting, and we're going to start off small with a contracting business. And I don't even know if we're going to own land or not. I think the challenge could be equipment. Now I might have to put the contract mod in just to make the contracts a little bit harder. But I'm kind of thinking maybe we want to build ourselves up to becoming a big time agricultural contractor. That was my thoughts for this server. I don't know. I'm down to suggestions. Or open for suggestions. Maybe we have to make... Maybe I have to set a limit of how much money we have to make through contracting. We have to have our entire vehicle fleet. Maybe I'll set a fleet. I don't know. I thought that'd be a cool way to play the map rather than just, you know, always harvesting the same fields. Actually, like, because if we have a look at the moment, let's see. All these contracts. You want to red beet soup, you can make a bit of money. But you know, there's some juicy contracts out there. Can't borrow equipment. We'd have to have that rule as well. Own it all. I don't know. That was something I thought about. You've got a 5080 and no money. Yeah, I've been looking at PCs and definitely a luxury item at the moment. Now I'm actually, because if we're going to go harvest, we can go down there and harvest. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that there and turn it off for now. Find this grain cart. There it is. Going to load this truck up and let's go and find somewhere to sell this. You know what we're actually going to do. We're gonna play with some gulls. We're gonna go grab a tractor and a cultivator. We're gonna come in here and have a look at the gulls. If you haven't seen the field gulls is cool. Just saw a car driven by a sheep in a swimsuit. It was a Lamborghini. Nice one. Nice one. Alright, let's see how much we can fit in here. Now, is there any particular sell point? I'm going to think, oh, we might just... let's have a look. What are we harvesting? We're harvesting wheat, and we don't have to go to wherever the best price is, but we may as well set that as our challenge, because excluding the train, best price 289, farmers market. Okay, so the furthest away one. That's fine. I know where the farmers market is. We'll tag that place. We'll go have a look at where we're going to go to get there. We basically need to run up here. There's the farmers market. So we've got two choices. We either follow the highway and turn right up that way, or we can go on the highway, take that road up to the right and go up through there. I think we might go this way because this is quite a steep little incline, which the truck probably won't struggle with, but be mindful of that fact. What size fields are there on this map? There is a good variety of sizes of fields. It's good timing. We were just looking at the map. We can take another look. The biggest field is, from memory, is 14 or 19. That's 68 acres, 80 acres. 19's the biggest. We've got a few over here around 60-ish, 67, 63. So probably plough those together and you end up with 130 acres. There's a few down here you could join up. There's a few over here you could merge. Even some of the ones which are just... where were those ones? Yeah, this way. There's actually no reason this could not be one big field. Look at it like this. You merge those three together, you can end up with 41, 75, and 24. So 100 acres just in there. Some big fields. Sizes. Good variety as well. Right, let's jump back in this truck. Let's take the money and run. We need to close our cover. Let's have a look here. Where's our tarp? Love that. Little things. Little things. Right. I'm going to bring up our mini map down there because I still need to figure out which way to get out of the farm. We need to go back down past the house. Catch you later, Bo. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for being here. While we're doing this, we'll go back without the Lego covering up things. Glad you got your Starlink sorted too, mate. It's good. Good news. Not very Australian truck this either, by the way, not being a full-blooded road train. But good different sizes. Yeah, there's a real good variety. I like there's some good shaped fields, there's some good sized fields. There's the opportunity to merge some fields and make bigger ones. So I think the variety is really good and can suit a lot of different styles of play and what people might want to do. Pretty cool. What did one nut say to the other nut while chasing it? I'm a cashew. It's funny when you said nut, then I was thinking of nuts and bolts, not that sort of nut. I just see a car running, and there's traffic on that road. Interesting. Hadn't seen that before. Whee! It's got the exhaust extension mod. See that? A little bit of cool when it's under load. You're sort of getting that black smoke. And you throttle off and it disappears. And load it up again. Yeah, some cool like just the terrain and the landscape looks cool. We look across it. I like it. And lots of these sort of single lane tracks and roads to worry about too. I just want to make sure we don't get caught out by the train because it's pretty large. Another one of those Lincoln Farm Some Guy billboards. Goodness. I wonder if you can knock those over. Maybe we have to go and find out. So yeah, so this road goes pretty much left to right through the centre of the map. Zigzags down and around. Let's have traffic on it. The same traffic that we had on Judith Plains. Little mix. I'll do the proper thing in the right lane. Couple of truck stops. We've got the BP either side. There's a McDonald's in there on the left. Golden Arches one on the right as well. Very busy little part of the world. Sell points in here on the left, so there's a big grain point in there, and there's also the cotton sell points in there. Billboards. This is the Jackson Brothers one. The Australian brothers who have some pretty big equipment, run a couple of D11 dozers and things. Go through the Macca's drive-through. On a diet, Garrick, I can't do that. As if he's been paying for it. I wonder sometimes, right? I wonder. I might give Hocks before he releases the map. I might give him like an actual proper billboard rather than just my logo. I think we might actually get to see my one up. Yeah. I don't know how many times our one is. At least once. He's been in Australia tagging billboards. Oh, that would be good. I wonder if I can get him to do one with an Argsy sticker or something. Argsy rules sticker over it. That'd be even better. No. So here's the river. Do you know what? I wonder... No, this isn't the river bridge. It's the river. It's just the stream. Oh, we did just go over the river. Oh, bother. I need to find the train. Find the plane. Hey, Callum, how you doing? Good to see you. It is a nice looking map. Yeah, Fox has done a great job on it. It's got a good variety too, because you get fields like that, which are, you know, steep, hilly pieces of land. Alright, one thing I must say is that orange stands out. I do appreciate that. Go in the corner here anyhow. Narran Green. So CBH, that's one of the big sell points in there on the right. Sell points do feel big too. That's good. Trucking down this way. Right, so we've done just while we're doing this, let's just skip forward and have a look what we've got to do next. I want to finish this a lot. Six pages to do before we get into the last bag, which is the reel and the header trailer. So let's see if we can get that. I was probably meant to go down that one, was I? This side of the train tracks. What are we weighing on the way in? 57,000, I'm guessing pounds. Got 51,000 litres of wheat on. So this is the train silo, so you can unload in here to overload the train. Pretty cool. There's a fire going on in that pit. How do we even get into here? Oh, I didn't have to come this way. That's right. We weigh the same on this one as well. 57,000, exactly the same. Tried to start a band called N23 and B, but you still don't have a gig. That sounds like a ChatGPT one if ever I've heard it. Right. Should have probably gone to a proper sell point rather than the farmer's market, but here we go. Is that money not going up? Interesting. Plus $22 harvest income. This might be, is this, I'm going to have a look here because I've got the red tape mod on. Is this a red tape thing? Or is it a moisture? This might be the moisture mod. Is my wheat such bad quality? Not C grade wheat. I hadn't looked at that. So we're getting docked hugely because of the grade of our wheat. So the moisture. Zero income for that. That's brutal. I'm gonna have to do a bit more investigation into why we got so harshly penalised. The other thing it could be is policies. It's, again, playing around with some things, and I don't know what how they all work together yet. Rotation. Don't know. Anyhow, good thing this is just a chance to test some of these things out. That's why I did it this way. Alright, well, let's leave that there. I'm not going to bother driving that all the way back because I want to go over. Like that. Okay, I was going to harvest, but let's go and get some field goals going. And we want to take probably that. It's a cultivator, isn't it? Yeah, not a weeder, is it? Needs more horsepower. Just double check those both. Yeah, cultivator's there. That's 260. This carrier is 350, and our tractor is 388. Either any of them. The links that man will go to get his name out there, shameful. I've worked hard all year for nothing. Alright, I'm just going to have a look. Let's go and see if we get some gulls. Some buzzards flying around. Go for the normal steering assist. And up this corner, go to headland. Offset. looks like. Alright, let's just see what happens while it's down. We get some gulls appearing. Oh, here they come. Out of nowhere. Look at them. That's so cool. So if you're interested, you can actually change some of the settings for this too. So settings or field goals. So you can change the bird sounds, the number of percentage of birds. So they will go up to 100%. 200, isn't it? 200. And the likelihood of birds, and then the volume. So if they really bother, you can turn them right down. It's pretty cool. Very cool to have. I think if I drive through these, I don't think they're going to scatter, but I think the latest version does. There's a more updated version. This is still a test version. I believe it's been submitted to Mod Hub testing though. It's quite cool. It's quite cool. No, I haven't got the latest one. Welsh, I saw that that Oz had shared that earlier. I hadn't downloaded it yet. Alright, cheers everyone. Alright, let's just have a quick look. So I'm onto this bit here, aren't I? Beat you to it. Did. Great minds think alike, be the better way to put it. Or as I also like to say, fools seldom differ. Alright, so that and that. Stick around. So yeah, if you were getting annoyed with them, you can jump in here and write down. Now you can hardly hear them. Be apt if they were pink and grey galahs. Yeah. I have suggested kangaroos. There's actually the critters mod. Which I guess using that same sort of technique you could spawn just about anything. Would have been cool to have something like kangaroos rather than deer. So I know I've seen some deer spawning on the map. As long as they stay away from hot chips. Oh, I've got a great story about that. We were in Sydney and we had fish and chips underneath the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but we were on the other side, the northern side, and I think we got there was gulls on, you're having fish and chips, there's gulls around. We had squid rings, and I don't know whether one fell on the grass or we decided there was one we didn't eat. We thought, right, as we were leaving, we were like, right, we'll throw this to the gulls. And we sat there for about 10 minutes after we'd thrown this thing at the gulls, watching these gulls chase each other around, and they couldn't eat it while they were flying, yet they would try and just get away. And one would have it, and then they'd drop it out of their mouth, and fall to the ground, or it wouldn't get to the ground. Another one would swoop down and pick it up before it did get to the ground. It was pretty cool to watch. Kept us entertained. Alright, black, blue, grey. One thing with the moisture mod I haven't figured out yet is how to test what the moisture was. Whether I did have the moisture meter. I know there is a moisture meter, but I wasn't able to actually get out and test what the moisture was in the crop. Or at least I couldn't see it displaying anywhere where it was. I'll look into that just a little bit more. I'm going to use it. If there's anything else anyone wants to look at in the next wee while on the map, please let me know. I'm happy to go and show you around. Always something to see, always some sort of sight or sound. Otherwise you'll just have to wait till Hocks releases the map and have your own chance to play on it. Which will not be too far away. Yeah, so I went out and used the meter and it didn't do anything. And that's what confused me. And I don't know whether it's something I have and it wasn't displaying. Like I don't know whether we'll go and have a look. I'll go and show you actually. So, you know, someone might be able to point me in the right direction. So if I go, let's just go and have a look here. I go over to this field here, which is ready to harvest. Right, we're standing at it. Down the bottom it says expected moisture 6 to 8%. Now you've got the moisture meter, which you can buy in the shop. That mean you're up measuring moisture and then it beeps, but I don't know how to read what the moisture measured at. I don't know if I'm missing something, if something's not popping up. It goes beep, 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 whoop. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm missing. This might have been something up in the corner. No. Whether something I've got another might be conflicting with another mod that's not allowing it to pop up. So I'm not sure. Not sure. Yep. And as soon as I start again, the gulls appear. Caw, caw, caw. Oh, goodness. that in the right spot, right position. Just done that, put that on, haven't I? Yep. Yeah, it is a bit strange. But again, I mean, I'll figure it out. I'll drop Oz a note and see if it's a me issue or something else. Oh, but look how many gulls there are now because I bumped it up 200%. So that's max gull. It's peak gull. How you doing, Ryan? Good to see you, mate. You did make it before the end. Welcome along. I'm doing alright. Doing alright. Goodness, where does that go? It goes into there like that. Go on top of there like that. Got that right? Oh, happened to my guidance on that. I must have pumped it and turned it off. Yeah, so there is an updated version where they will scatter when you drive back through them. Yep, that's right. Good. Hey Jason, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Welcome along. This is you're right up your alley, won't it? Yeah, crows where you are. That's another. That's actually I don't like the crows. I don't mind the ibises in Australia. Crows are probably the ones I dislike more. Snobby problem. A problem nonetheless. You came on 10 seconds before I closed the stream last week. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ryan. So we'll be daylight savings in a couple of weeks, which means we'll be falling back as well, which will mean I would have been finished by now. It hasn't taken us too long to get across this field, is it? No, we've only done half of it. Skip rows, but it's me fast all the same. The thing I also love about these crows is they haven't really done anything to my frame rate. There must be a little bit of a hit there, but technically didn't miss it. Fair point. Technically right. Ryan probably didn't feel the same way as that, Mike, but you probably are technically correct. You laughed pretty hard when it happened. Been better, just realised precision farming had uninstalled due to needing an update, and I've now got heaps of fields to fertilise. Luckily it didn't lose. Ah, bugger. Of course, you're you still playing on console as well? Don't even have the luxury of being able to roll back a save either, do you? It's frustrating. Interesting though that, see, I wouldn't have thought even if precision farming had needed an update, you should still be able to play it with the old version, not affecting it. So obviously something in the... They must have changed something severely enough in the game engine that it needed to use the update, and if you didn't update it, it wouldn't work. Bother. Hey Bosman, how you doing? Good to see you. How goes the K200? K200 is fantastic. I'm going to play around with it the other night. I don't have it installed on this. Oh no, hang on. I don't own it. I have it installed. It's beauty. Nice to have it back. I've got 4 of them set up on my 4 of them set up on my playthrough that I'm going to be doing on this. Just need the lusty tippers. Joys of console also means you can't. Ah, of course. Bother. What's with the birds, Ryan? It's a new mod that's currently in testing from let me just think, and I'll give you the name. Oz Modding, who has made Red Tape and the Moisture mod. So he's created this and adds pesky seagulls to your field when you're doing any cultivating work. Which for me is actually a huge, like, I love it because we get a lot of gulls whenever we're working around here. That's quite a familiar thing. Is that the right way? Yes and yes. Looks like the right way. Looks pretty annoying. So I've got them turned right up. You can actually control it in the settings. I had it set at maximum, but back down about there is probably a better option. Probably won't reset now. I don't know if they'll despawn or not, but I think it's cool. I think like the residual ones, the ones that hang around out there, just, you know, the one flying along next to you, it's just such a thing that happens. For me, it feels like farming. It's just what I'm so used to. So that's correct. Okay, and that wouldn't have been correct. Okay. Be able to test this anyhow. It's all working properly. So there we go. And it's all working properly now. So if I turn this PTO on the back here, which will be the one that's driven, that turns the cross auger. It's hard to see. There we go. Hold it up there. You can see the spindle on the left side there, the black gear. It's all sliding, so that will be turning the reel. So very good. Right. I'm not going to carry on. I'm not going to get this whole field done because I was just playing tonight to show you guys the map more than anything. So I guess it's a little bit of a last chance if anyone wants me to show you anything. I'm more than happy to go for a trip around the map and do so. In the meantime, I'm just going to put a whole lot of teeth on this and put a cutting bar on the front of the header. So once again, I expect that, well, my current understanding is to keep an eye out for a release this weekend if Hocks is able to get it out. I will certainly make sure I am sharing any links through multiple channels, whether it's Facebook, on the YouTube chat. What I'll probably do is when it does get released, I'll probably put a community post out on Discord, and as well as YouTube and Facebook, just sharing the link, resharing my map tour so people can see what it's about if they haven't already. And then yeah, going from there. PDA, yeah, I can show you the PDA run. Plans for this weekend. This weekend is our local field days, so I'll be off to that on Saturday morning, and then I think we're going to a basketball game on Saturday afternoon. And then one of my boys is playing football on Sunday, and live stream Sunday morning, so that's probably up. That is the PDA Ryan. So river down the middle, Willow River. There's a town in the bottom right corner, town in the top left corner. There's a big highway sort of through the middle. There's only 3 places to cross the river. There's only 3 road bridges plus a train bridge. Good variety of fields, the largest one being number 19, which is right next to where we are, 80 acres. But then there's ones like these 3 here, which I think we added up. Well, these 2 here at least we added up, and they were 130 acres combined. We play them together, so yeah, some real good variety. Lots of farmyards. There's a farmyard down here, there's one over here, one up here, another one up the top here, another one there, this one here, and there's a couple of smaller satellite ones floating around too. So yes, it is a 4 times. A good sized map. We were thinking of setting up a farmyard for the multiplayer server on the map. I'm not sure yet, Hyper. I was thinking about using a different one to this farm here. Selfish reasons, because this is probably this is the farmyard I've set up for myself, doing a solo playthrough as well. I'm going to do a series on. So when I'm playing on the multiplayer server, I'd like to do something different. I quite like this one down here, but maybe even something over the other side or up the top here. I don't know. Some good options. Open to suggestions. It would actually make a really good multiplayer, like multi-farm server, like we do with Sizing Bahnhof, but not sure. Good size field for the ball goes 100% it is, yeah. Also the 65-foot Seed Hawk as well. The BC Bueller one on Mod Hub. Yeah, there's a few options. Certainly is a few options. Right. Quick. Not as many Seed Hawks here. True. One of your biggest customers uses Seed Hawks, don't they? Bingham's? I've seen their videos. Seed Hawks. Did anyone actually see Grassmen have done a really cool video about Bingham agriculture, which they released about a week ago? I haven't finished watching it yet. I might do that after the stream. Fascinating just hearing about where they've come from and what they've achieved in their farming life. Right, so let's have a look. Do they go right into the corner? They do. That's 1. That's 2. Next one is the 3. The next one is the 4. The last is those 2. Go. Sickle bar on the front. Looks pretty cool. I'm quite impressed with that, quite happy with that. About time for you to skip out of work and check on the PC. Do you know what? We're going to carry on because I only have half a page, 2 pages to go, and we've finished this part of the header, and then I can safely pack up everything and get it ready for the next time. So let's just plow on for a little bit. Plow on while we plow on. Grassman's video, Bingham was pretty good. Don't see them contracting near you, but they're always going through town. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's just quite fascinating. Like just the size, the sheer size and the cost of the machinery and all of those kind of things was just mind blowing. But I do need to finish watching that whole video. Highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't though. Look, learn a bit about Australian farming. Right, that sits tightly into there. Just snoot. On the front. This one, I'm guessing, my powers of deduction fits tightly into there on the other side. And then lastly is a shield. A shield. Hey Farmer Sim, how you doing mate? Good to see you. It's going to the birds around here. Blinking gulls. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Loving the field gulls mod. Loving this map. And just enjoying a bit of farming again. Good opportunity to yeah, get a bit of passion back into it. It's just what I needed. How's things with you, mate? How you doing? You good? Been out of trouble? Does trouble find you? Tell you what, we're gonna get this field finished, aren't we? Field Guz is pretty cool. From such a simple little addition. I mean, I've got it cranked right up at the moment, so it's probably a little bit OTT, but there's a lot going on there with all of those things flying around. Right, let's see if we get a headland done. This is the difference. I was using the courseplay mod, so courseplay would have driven this headland the whole way around for me. I'm probably going to find. I'm going to get a discontinuity on this corner. See how it does it in such long segments. Courseplay wouldn't have required me to turn there, but that's alright. That's alright. Good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. So it's silly because that's not actually going to stick. Oh. Once again, I was getting ahead of myself. This is what I don't understand. Look at the size of this piece that I've got left over. You'd never ever get a piece like that left over in Lego. They just throw extra pieces in just to make sure they've covered all their bases. Not that I'm complaining, but... Right, and that should go on there, like famous last words. Yeah, come on, go like so. Voila! There it is. All the frame and everything for the cutter. All done. So, like I said, all we have left to do now, that I know of, is stop. Oops. Sorry, banged my mic. Hope that wasn't too loud in your ear. But yeah, all we've got left to do now, I turn that around, see everything operating, is the reel. Reel in the header trailer. Getting close now. But then this has been a bit of a slack one tonight because we've been focusing on the map a little bit more, but this is, as you can see in the instructions here, this is a whole lot of red, rinse and repeat. Get that done. Lots of the same, 6 of those. So yeah, good. Right. Well, on that note, I think let's jump out of here. Look. Oh, I want to watch. Wait for the airplane. I don't know how long it's going to take. Bridge it is. Wait here. Where's the airplane gone now? Keep an eye out for the airplane to come back in just a second. Sure, I didn't miss it. I probably did miss some parts summer. It wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last, but I don't think I did, to be honest. Because of these sets are, I don't know whether the quality control's right up there with compared to Lego, but see. But yeah, happy to have that finished. So where's the plane? There it is in front of us. I don't know if the plane, I don't think the plane did this on treated planes either. I think this is a very much a Hocks edition. Follow it. You know, aerial top dressing is probably the one big addition I'd love to see come through to the game. There's a couple of forestry areas like this, one on this side of the map and then one right over on the other side of the map. If you want to do forestry, you can. Don't know anyone who would want to, particularly after you saw FSG's and I's effort on the Kinlay if you've seen the video. If you haven't, go and check it out, it's a bit of a laugh. Just the way he's made the spline for it, there's nothing super special. I just think it's kind of a cool little trick. Hey Mar. Can't wait for it now. The model does look, the model's cool. I'm really happy with how it's all turning out. It'll be really cool when it's finished. So I stumbled on this completely by accident. I didn't even realise what was happening, and then I was like, what? Hey? FSG pen is about to unroll out the back of the plane, imagine. Here we go. This. Proper stunt plane stuff here. Goes right through and under. Then up and out. Well, that's pretty cool. Just a cool little thing. Can you imagine if you didn't know it did it and you were driving along the road and over the bridge and it suddenly went underneath you? Unless you actually followed along. Such a simple thing to do with the way the spline works, but quite a cool little novelty. Right. There we go, let's go and stand in front of our billboard. There we go. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you hanging out tonight. It's been great to see so many people in the stream. It's been a long time since I've had this many people watching, so I do appreciate you all being here. Hopefully you will come back again next week. It would be great to have you all here again. We're going to be setting this up on a server as soon as it's released, so and it's going to be an Australian hosted server in Sydney. We're going to replace Nulla Creek, and hopefully we'll get lots of you playing on it. I'd love to see a lot of people on there. The idea will be to have it set up as contractors. We'll start off with a little bit of equipment, not huge amounts, and you're going to have to earn your way up to hopefully, I feel like setting a goal of maybe, having 5 X9s or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Something like that. Maybe that before you can buy any land or set up a farm, you need to have 5 X9s. That's just spitballing. We'll see. We'll come up with something, but that's the idea. So hopefully you're on board with that, and it'd be great to see lots of people playing on it. Anyhow, keep an eye out for the map to release hopefully over the weekend. That was, like I've said, that's the last info Hocks had given me. I will certainly, as soon as it comes out, I'll be dropping it on Facebook and YouTube, Discord, everywhere like that. I'll make sure everyone knows it's there and can find it. So keep an eye out for it there. But anyhow, thank you all for being here this evening. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, to hang out with me here. And I do genuinely appreciate it. So thank you to each and every one of you. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll catch you sometime over the weekend live on the Sunday morning, New Zealand time. So keep an eye out for that. Take care. All right, thanks. Bye.